It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Titans and the Colts, and it's coming up next.
Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First and 10. Staley. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Staley over the middle, complete. It's Gill. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Throw. Staley. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former most valuable player in the National Football League, the always dangerous Lamar Jackson.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely. And he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
And it's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. What would he do with it?
And this will get him all the way inside the Tennessee 20. A big play there for Indy.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Staley finds Hines again for the completion. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Staley. He finds his man, complete. That's Gill. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Now it's Jackson. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. To throw is Jackson. And Ingram holds it in. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
To throw again is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. But for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down. Staley throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gill. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play there on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. It's their quarterback. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
We got this.
After reviewing the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Lamar Jackson, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On first down, Staley. He finds his man, complete. That's Gill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down with the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll look to throw again. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the screen pass.
Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner, and he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal. They nearly had the touchdown, but he's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Staley. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have made this a one-score game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Flushed out right.
And Jackson going to have the 1st down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat? In every meeting with reporters this week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
They go play action with Jackson. Steps away.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest-Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say, I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Hines. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down, Staley. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Russell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Back to throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And it just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So we hit halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Colts pick it up, and they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
After review the play, the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Staley. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. On third down, Staley. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just outside his own goal line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And they're going to speed things up here. To try again after the sack. Jackson.
Oh, what a catch by Waddle.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go? Under pressure, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The give is to Jones. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Looking to throw. Staley. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys. And that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. From the 30 on second down, Jackson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Jackson on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they'll give him as he's inside the 40.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
They go play action now. Jackson. Dancing to his left. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Finds his tight end Ingram. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Staley. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Grease.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
The Titans on 3rd down.
They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Staley. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And just shedding him off there. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big play there for Indy.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd and goal, Jackson steps away to his left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Jackson now, sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Lamar Jackson with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Colts are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Staley. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Titans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to throw. Staley, he sets up the screen to Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And a nice little gain. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right.
They'll get this off to Taylor.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories.
He's got a man complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Indy.
Let's go.
1st and 10 with the 21-yard line.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'll probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
On 1st down, Staley. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Staley.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Staley. He's going to let it fly. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
Indy set to go on offense once more.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Forced out to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not a great return here. We'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw. Staley. Caught on the right side by Jones. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just